The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, much fine gold, sweeter also than the honey and the honeycomb. It gives me great honor tonight to introduce our speaker, Brother Rowe, who that from the day that I first came here, it was a few months later, I guess they came in. And I felt a connection with this man. I feel our gifts begin to operate back and forth at times. Amen. And I love and appreciate all that you do, and I believe in you, and I'm looking forward to the Word.
Luke 15, 3 through 7. And he spake this parable unto them, saying, What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he lose one of them, doth not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after that which is lost?
Right.
Yeah.
Until he find it. And when he hath found it, he layeth it on his shoulders, rejoicing. And when he cometh home, he calleth together his friends and neighbors, saying unto them, Rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep which was lost. I say unto you that likewise joy shall be in heaven over one sinner that repenteth, more than over 99 just persons which need no repentance. And then later on, he talks about the woman that loses a piece of silver.
Right.
And then later on, he talks about the parable of the prodigal son.
Right.
I was a prodigal son. I was away from church and fell many times. And to be honest, I did never think I would be back with God, much less still be used by Him. I was sitting at work listening to Christian music, and a young intern said to me, Mike, I know you love God and you want to go back. I said, yeah, but man, I just went too far, too long, too gone. You know, all the excuses that we like to use.
Yeah.
I said, nobody would want to accept me back. He said, you know what? Your church is your family.
That's right.
Amen. Right.
Come on.
He said, family always accepts you back.
That's right.
Come on.
You may ask, what does all this have to do with Lazarus, which is my title, the family of Lazarus? You see, Lazarus had a family, and while Lazarus died a physical death, the backslider dies a spiritual death. In John 11 chapter, the 32nd verse, Then when Mary was come where Jesus was and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died.
Right.
When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled, and said, Where have ye laid him? They said unto him, Lord, come and see. Jesus wept. Then said the Jews, Behold, how he loved him.
Yeah.
And some said, Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should not have died?
Right.
Oftentimes backsliders and family alike wonder, why would God let them die such a spiritual death?
Wow.
He's seen their struggles, and yet they died in the spirit. I've heard it preached before that Jesus wept because his friend was dead, because he's seen other people weeping. I've also heard it preached before that he wept due to unbelief that all the people around him. But can I tell you tonight, think of it this way. When someone backslides, does Jesus weep because he lost both a friend and a believer at the same time?
Come on. That's right.
When Jesus comes forth, when Lazarus comes forth, he or she may be bound.
Yeah.
They may stink from the death that they have been living. But Lazarus has a family to loose him and let him go and help clean him up.
Come on. That's good.
In the next chapter of John 12:2, it says, There they made him a supper, and Martha served. But Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him. Listen, Lazarus, you may have been dead in the spirit, but God will bring you back, and there is still room at the master's table.
Amen.
Come on. That's good.
So he sent me tonight to tell those watching at home and those that may see this on YouTube, Lazarus, come forth.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Good word.
Back in John 11:22 it says, But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it to thee. And in the 23rd chapter, it said, in the 23rd verse, it says, Jesus saith unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. I'm here tonight to tell the family of Lazarus,
Yeah.
You have asked of God to bring him back, and he heard your prayers.
Amen.
We have brothers and sisters, children, parents, friends, and family members who may seem long gone. But God is saying, they shall rise again.
Come on. Amen.
You see, we are the family of Lazarus.
Right.
Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of honey.